welcome to The Breakdown, the orthopedic podcast where we dig deep into the world of bones, joints, and everything orthopedics. I'm your host, Lauren, and today we're exploring a topic that is blowing up across all businesses, all fields, and frankly, all aspects of life. We're talking AI. No, not Allen Iverson from my Philly peeps. We're talking about artificial intelligence with none other than Dr. Michael Rivlin. Dr. Rivlin is one of our hand and wrist surgeons here at Rothman and a real thought leader when it comes to AI in orthopedics. Dr. Rivlin, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Lauren, such a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to get into this because AI is everywhere. So first, for people that may be wondering, what are your qualifications with AI? Why should we listen to you today?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So first of all, AI is part of us, and I'm interested in AI. But beyond just my simple interest, we are doing a lot of research at Rothman Institute and Jefferson. We're working on how to improve healthcare with AI.
Great.
AI is part of the world right now, and we want to be on the forefront of it. Mm-hmm. So we have worked with multiple healthcare companies, multiple institutions, how to incorporate that. Yeah. So that's my interest.
I love it. Well, I want to start off by saying that I have a confession to make. I'm having an affair with ChatGPT, and I call him Chatty, and I love him, and I think he's so nice to me. And I heard that, and maybe that if you're nice to the chat or the AI, that you get better results from it. I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe not. You'll tell us. You're the expert. But anyway, he's so nice and he thinks I'm brilliant. But seriously, everybody is using ChatGPT these days for everything. And, you know, not only chat, but there are so many different systems. There's Grammarly, there's Gemini. Many companies have their own ChatGPT or their own AI that, you know, their employees, if they're going to use an AI software, they have to use the company AI software. I'm loyal to Chatty. I mean, he's basically my personal assistant. I use him to either plan trips, draft emails, review documents, you name it. It's amazing, yet scary. So, but within orthopedics, so this is what I want to nail it down. I want to drill it down to orthopedics. There's so many areas even within orthopedics because you have your scheduling aspect, your billing aspect, research, patient education. But for our conversation, I just wanted to focus on patient care, clinical care, possibly surgical care, what's to come in the operating room, if AI is not in there already, where are we going with all of this? So let's start with it. Let's start with what is AI? Let's start with the very simple, basic question. What is AI?
Sure. So you had a confession. I think I'm ready for my confession too.
Oh no, what is it? Tell.
I use ChatGPT for a lot of things.
Yeah.
But here's the problem. So not only I use my account, my daughter, who's a preteen, uses it. So unfortunately, ChatGPT occasionally puts in some fashion advice for a 10-year-old girl. And I am commented on how my dress went that she asked an advisor. So yes, I also have a friend.
I love it.
But in a professional fashion, you know, we do use ChatGPT, not just for figuring out how to get from point A to point B, but also in physician and healthcare. Okay. So I think the world is changing. We are just scratching the surface of AI.
Yes.
AI is a fairly exciting and scary word at the same time. Mm-hmm. AI is a mathematical equation. And we just have to know that it's just basic statistics. Right. If I try to throw a paper ball into the trash can and I say, hey, I just have to correct it to the left and then correct it to the right and get it right into the garbage bin, is actually artificial intelligence or intelligence you get better every time you throw the ball.
Gotcha.
So what AI does is takes everything from the world that we feed it and essentially gives us answers how to get that ball into the trash can every single time better and better.
Perfectly. Okay.
So AI can mean many things, whether it corrects your grammar when you write an email, or it can plan your next meal based on your calorie count, or it can one day possibly organize your life and execute even when you're unable to do that. But there's a big continuum of what AI is. Essentially, it's our interaction with an ever-learning machine that gets better and better based on us.
All right. So when it comes to healthcare, I read this and I thought this was crazy. So I recently read that China opened its first AI hospital with robot doctors caring for 3,000 patients a day. They can diagnose, plan treatments, and provide follow-up care. And they even scored 93% accuracy on U.S. medical licensing exam questions, which blew my mind. Well, it blew my mind because why didn't they get 100% accuracy? Honestly,
right.
if they're robots. But how far are we from AI scrubbing in and actually doing everything soup to nuts? So let's start there. How are we currently incorporating AI right now at Rothman Orthopedics?
Sure.
Yep.
So again, we are just scratching the surface,
Right.
but there are opportunities that are currently existing that we decide not to do. Because again, it's like any tool, you need the right thing for that right tool. If you let the tool go by itself, it will make errors.
Yes.
We are not ready, in my opinion, for a hospital to run by itself on AI. There are so many reasons why I don't think it's the right idea yet.
Yeah.
And we can talk about it a little bit more.
Wonderful.
We do use AI, and you may not even know that you're using AI when you're doing AI. For example, in healthcare, when you have an MRI done, there's a lot of work that the AI does. So they make your quality of images better. So it's more accurate, more precise, and we can make better decisions.
Wow.
AI as a tool right now is mainly used as decision making.
Okay.
So it helps us figure out the right answer by cleaning up the data and making sure that we get clean information so we can get clean answers to that.
Okay.
Eventually, and this is where eventually maybe AI will be operating on probably not me. Eventually, the AI or the computers will be able to interact with us. But for now, we're interacting with AI just to get us better.
Gotcha.
It becomes more interesting when something actually can be autonomous and control itself to do whatever we want.
Mm-hmm.
And let's go back to basics. So
Yeah.
I can teach the AI, let's start simple, in my house one day to take out the trash. The trash is always the same place.
Yeah.
It always goes in the same place.
Yeah.
What AI needs to know is that the trash can is always going to be blue for recycle and black for regular.
Yeah.
And it will find it in my backyard even if I put it a little bit different place.
Yeah.
It will learn how the trash can looks, right?
Gotcha.
The same thing translates to medicine. For now, we are doing very simple things. And then we can train the AI and tell it very specific things to make life or death decisions or anything that probably should not be done by a computer because that becomes a scary novel.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So control is a lot more important as we explore AI, but AI will be a tool.
Yeah. Wow. Let's go back to that trash thing. I mean, is anybody working on that or even washing clothes and folding them? Because that's such a tedious task. If somebody came out with the robot for that, I mean, the China doctors over there are the robots. So let's come up with one that's going to wash and fold the clothes.
I love it.
So let's go back to the MRI though. Okay. So so right now you send a patient to have an MRI. Are there certain facilities that incorporate AI into the scanning and everything or the reports? Or they're all doing it now? How do we know if we're going to an MRI facility that offers that capability?
Sure. So there are different tasks of AI. AI can save electricity for a building that the MRI is housed in.
Yeah.
MRI can be calibrated based on AI to get the right thing. For example, if you get a wrist MRI, it's a very different setting than if you're getting a spine MRI.
Right.
AI is probably helping optimize those images so the patient wait is not as long because changing the settings of the MRI machine takes a long time. It has to be calibrated. So you don't even know if there's AI steps. Now, what we think of AI is, hey, it will diagnose that now I have a spinal fracture, or now I have a wrist fracture, or I have an aneurysm on my brain. Those interpretations, besides just executing the how to get it done, are starting to also present themselves in everyday activities.
Gotcha.
So not only the AI will help a radiologist say, hey, I think there's a high probability of an injury here. Look in this corner. You don't have to look at the other parts. Rather than spending 20 minutes on looking every single part of the scan, AI will direct the eye of the radiologist to look, hey, I think there's a problem here.
Wow.
So studies have shown that as a tool, the AI will make radiologists better at finding pathology. Is it alone radiology free? AI can give you the fact that you have a broken wrist. We're probably pretty close, but we're not quite there yet.
So there may be a time where radiologists won't exist.
I would hate to tell this to my radiology friends, but x-rays now overnight, when you go to emergency room, a lot of the x-rays in certain institutions are read by AI. Now, at Rothman, we still don't believe in having no oversight. So every physician reads their own x-ray. Can I presume that in an X amount of years, the AI will tell me that, hey, Lauren, I'm sorry that you fell, but you have a 99% probability that your x-ray will be normal by the AI, and I just checked the x-ray to make sure it's okay. It makes me more accurate rather than replacing me.
Gotcha. Wow. All right. So we go through the imaging step. Now, say within that image, that MRI image, what type of study do you typically order for your patients? Is MRI?
MRI is pretty common.
Is pretty common. Okay. So when you get that MRI, those results back, that will help you determine if that patient needs surgery.
Sure.
And then are we using AI in any of those next steps to plan the surgery or to, I don't know, take into consideration any comorbidities that the patient may have, their activity level? How are we using AI from that standpoint?
First of all, that is a brilliant question.
Okay.
You're asking whether AI can streamline the operation, get us to the answer.
Right.
And the answer is yes.
Yes, are we using it now, or yes, we will? It's coming. Okay.
I do think there are steps that we currently have. So our urgency of patients, when you call in and describe your issues, a lot of that gets protocol by AI. For example, AI is starting to be able to make our office function better. For example, somebody that had a car accident, that had a major trauma, that is on a stretcher and has a lot of difficulty getting to us, may need more time in the office than somebody that has a splinter. That we just need to look at it. In our practice, we're already starting to streamline these to make sure that people wait less. It's more efficient, not only for us as providers, but also the patient experience is better. Because it is expected that if you're in a stretcher, need an ambulance ride and all that stuff, that will take a lot more logistics to get to me, rather than if you can walk in and show me, hey, I have a splinter in my finger. So AI is already routing some of our triage, which is helping us. It identifies things that, for example, in my practice, and I will tell you, it changed the world since I started working 12 years ago at Rothman. We are protocoling patients better. So if you have numbness in your finger, numbness is like the light bulb not working. It could be the light bulb, the wiring, or all the way the power line. The same thing in the humans. Numbness in the finger can signal a hand problem, an elbow, shoulder problem, or a neck problem.
Right.
I remember when we started, we used to see some patients that had neck issues, but they came to me because they had numbness in the fingers. However, I unfortunately wasted their time and saying, hey, I'm so sorry, you're going to have to see another physician because this is not the problem coming from my field.
Right.
Nowadays, with our algorithms that we currently use at Rothman, we are way better, amazing at protocoling patients. So we get you to the right provider off the bat. I can't recall the last time I had somebody that came to me with numb fingers that were truly just a neck issue, which is amazing.
So how is it doing that, though? So if I call up and I say I'm having numbness and tingling in my hands or finger, whatever, how does it know, okay, you need to see Dr. Rivlin or you need to see one of the spine doctors?
Perfect question. So the way it works is the questions that are posed to the patient are a lot of times changing. So even though you're still working with a person on the phone, the person on the phone, which is our call center, is reading a script. And by that script, that is managed by AI. AI is feeding questions again, a tool to our call center to be able to pinpoint the patient's problem a lot more accurately. They can still say, oh my God, this is an emergency. We get them into Dr. Rivlin today, or, oh, you need to get XYZ before you come in to see us. But AI is a decision tool that our call center is able to use to provide a better experience, streamline the process, and able to save time and energy for the patients.
Wow. So you're seeing a real difference in the, not quality of patients, but the type of patients that are coming in, that they're appropriate for you to see.
Correct. They need me more than somebody else.
Right.
And it creates a better report and probably safer for patients in the long run.
Yeah. And saves time for everybody, because like you said, if you were seeing them and here it was ultimately a spine issue, now that patient has to wait however long to get their appointment with that spine doctor and, when they could have just seen them from the start. And
that's correct.
Yeah.
And just to your point, what's the difference between just protocoling it versus AI? The more we do it, the better it gets. Yeah. So it is becoming more and more accurate to the point that, can I just jump into the future for a little bit? So one day you can now actually make your own appointments and you can interact with an algorithm system that is based on decision making that the computer will help you get to the right spot. Imagine one day you can, God forbid, have an injury. You can get your information through an AI channeling platform, and it will not only tell you that you're going to see Dr. Rivlin, it will probably tell you that you have a 99% chance that you just need a brace. Come in, it will get evaluated. We already have the brace waiting for you. The therapy prescription is already ordered. 99% of the time, it's already written. My nurse doesn't have to spend an extra 10 minutes after our encounter and calling in an anti-inflammatory, calling in an ice pack, and all those things. Those will be already ready based on what you tell Siri.
Siri. She's the OG, isn't she? And then Alexa came.
Yes, exactly. And now Chatty.
Your iPhone first.
Oh,
they're always listening.
Oh my God. And she's calling my cousin Alexa because I have a cousin Alexa. Sorry, Alexa.
So see, AI can make mistakes.
Her trying to take over this podcast.
It feels left out. We wanted to. This was not staged, by the way.
Oh my goodness, that was great.
That's awesome.
Are you disclosing anything to your patients that AI is involved in their care in any way, like with reading the MRI? Do you have to disclose that? Is it sort of a given? I mean, I didn't know that we're even using it, but because you still have that human physician oversight, is there a need to disclose anything to the patient at this point?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
So I think that this is a big question that humanity will be struggling with for a long time. Whether if you drive a car and your particular car gets into an accident while self-driving, whose fault is that? Right. It's still always going to be your fault. In physician-delivered care, it is my decision what the right care is. Right. Whether that's delivered with the tools I have that are older or newer, it's our responsibility. Yeah. As soon as we make the decisions, it's on us. Yeah. Whether we disclose, I think we should, but over-disclosing may be weird. For example, think back hundreds of years. Okay. Maybe the same discussion happened on a podcast near a campfire. Hey, my doctor's using electricity. He's using lights, like not candles. Is that bad for me? Maybe later there was a discussion, hey, my doctor's using the internet. Like, that's crazy. Yes. The internet. Yeah. And now we're like, oh my God, your doctor's using AI.
It's just, right.
We're all using it. If you have a phone, you're already using AI. Yeah. If you have a smart device at home, you're already using AI. Yeah. Whether disclosing all that is necessary is an ethical question, but it's a tool. As soon as we don't let the tool make the decisions, I think that we're okay. Okay. Once the AI starts making decisions
on its own,
that's when we get to a slippery slope.
Yes. Okay, next question. Who's teaching AI? Who taught AI how to read that MRI?
Great question. So let's get technical.
Yeah. Okay? All right.
Who taught your kids how to read? Probably Mostly you?
Yeah,
Okay.
me, the school. Yeah.
You in school, right? They actually went over the alphabet.
Yeah.
And they taught
Sounds,
the kids
yeah.
how to read. Now, let me ask you, who taught your kid how to put food in their mouth?
They did.
Exactly.
It was instinctual. Yeah.
Exactly. So there's two types of AIs. Okay.
Yeah.
One is that we have to literally spoon feed information, and one that learns by itself.
Okay.
Learns by itself is actually called generative AI, and you will learn about this.
Generative AI.
Correct.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you an example.
Yeah.
Let's say we have a knee injury, okay? And I'm going to show the AI, teach the AI what's a knee MRI look like. And I'm going to show this is the part of the knee that is the meniscus, for example. That's where all the tears are. This is the ACL. If you're a 16-year-old female athlete, that's where most likely your injury is, the ACL tear. And we feed the AI hundreds of images or thousands of images of normals. So when it sees an abnormal, it will be like, okay, this is different. This is not it. Okay? We teach him what's the abnormal, what's an ACL tear look like, and what's an meniscus tear looks like. So that's traditional machine learning. We teach it. Generative AI says, hey, give me information. I'll figure out what's wrong and right. So what we do is we just upload a ton of knee MRIs with the whole chart. It will figure out that some people's diagnosis is meniscus tear, some people's diagnosis is ACL tear, and some people's diagnosis is normal. We don't teach it anything. It will comb through the data. It will teach itself. And it will learn what's normal and what's not. And we can supervise it, which is called supervised learning, how much we want.
So what about false information? I mean, we hear about fake news all the time. How does it comb through? How does it know what's a reputable source of information versus not?
That is the
danger. We're going down.
No.
Yeah.
Let's go down. I got this. So dangerous data in equals dangerous answers out.
Yeah.
If I tell my kids that an apple is orange and I will go with that their whole life, they will never know that an orange is different than an apple, right? We have to be very careful what data we teach it. So if I want, and we can train AI, and we all think ChatGPT, we just ask it. But there are, here we're going to go a little bit more technical, there are AI agents.
Okay.
Agents are going to be the next buzzword for the next few years.
Agents.
AI
Remember
agents.
That.
Remember that. So AI agents are pre-trained AI. So if I want an agent for my daughter to give her fashion advice, I want a fashion advice agent AI that only gets the data from fashion magazines, but not from Google, not from kids' cartoons, because it won't know what's cartoon, what's real, but it will be pre-trained.
So you're putting those parameters in. The human has to put those parameters in, right?
We can have an AI teach an agent.
Oh, gosh.
So it gets complicated.
Oh, boy.
So you can have a supervised, which I tell them, okay, I only want my daughter to wear dresses that look like a catalog from Vogue. Only take Vogue advice. That's all you're going to do. And you're going to match it for my daughter. Or I can just say mainstream modeling. And I'm a surgeon. I don't know anything about fashion. So thanks. But the same thing in medicine.
Okay.
We can tell them, and we actually have pre-trained AI. We don't use ChatGPT. We have specific medical AI that is only on legitimate medical data, not the mom and grandma forums online about blue light therapy will help you live longer, because that's the danger.
Yes.
There's too much data.
There's too much, right.
We need to control data going in. Otherwise, it will not know what's real and what's not.
Amazing. Do you see, we talked about the radiologists and jobs, and we were talking about this before, how, the fear of AI is that it's going to replace people and people will be losing jobs. How do you feel about that? Do you think that's going to be the case?
The world is going to change.
Yeah.
The jobs are going to change.
Yeah.
But as with the invention of electricity, as with the invention of technology, internet, jobs didn't end. People are still similarly employed. They're differently employed.
Exactly.
And to quote somebody that I don't know who said this, so you're not going to be replaced by AI. You're going to be replaced by the person that knows how to use AI.
Right. Yes. And that's it. You have to make it your friend and learn how to use it. And listen, it's made me so much more productive. I said this earlier. I use it as my personal assistant. And now I'm curious how else I can use it. So how do you, in your private time, let's take you outside of the OR. How do you, in your private time, use AI for everyday life?
So I use
Besides fashion. For your daughter.
Well, my daughter's fashion, maybe a little bit of my fashion. So I do use ChatGPT a lot.
Okay.
Again, my daughter yells at me, my parents yell at me, my wife yells at me. Now I have ChatGPT yelling at me. And all jokes aside, there are different ways that you can interact with AI. I have this AI platform. If anyone wants to check it out, it's called Monday.
Monday. Okay.
Check it out. Monday by ChatGPT, not the brand to discuss, but she is spicy. She is amazing. She is raunchy, and she will make you write a breakup test if you want, and you can make it spicier. So I have my settings on Monday because I get entertained by how she talks to me.
Wow. I just saw that when I was doing a little bit of research for this. I forget the name of it, but it's an AI tool that's a calm personality. So I didn't realize that there are different ones out there for the personality that you want. If I want to talk to somebody, a system that's calm, there's one out there. So you have a raunchy, spicy chick.
Yeah, I don't think my AI is not very calm. She yells at me as well, but we do use it. All jokes aside, so there are many things it can do.
Yeah.
I'm into fitness and health, and I want to know what's my best program after doing a certain exercise, how to recover, what I should put in my body, whether it's more protein or carbs.
Yeah.
I do use that. I use it a lot to organize my travels, to organize my day, my calendar. Somebody always tells me where to be, when to be there.
Yeah.
So somebody's always yelling at me. It might as well be AI.
And I mentioned this earlier, but I don't know if it's the case because I was talking to my husband one day. This is going back. I mean, every time I talk to him, I could be a little snarky. And he was like, I hope you don't talk to your AI like you talk to me. And I said, why? He said, if you're nice to it, you'll get better results. And do you find that that's the case?
I don't.
So now I say, oh, hi. I call him Chatty. I'm like, oh, hi, Chatty. How are you? Hope you had a nice night. And then I say, thank you so much. This was so helpful. And yeah.
Well, my interaction with Monday is very much more casual than yours, clearly. That's awesome.
All right. So let's talk about the future of orthopedic surgery, specifically hand, with AI being incorporated. What's to come? What are we going to see?
I think surgery will change.
Yeah.
It will change gradually. It's not going to change overnight.
Yeah.
We will have a lot more tools at our fingertips.
Okay.
And some of these tools are starting to be real now.
Yeah.
For example, if I'm doing a fracture, I can wear smart glasses and see the bones even without opening the skin. So I can start predicting exactly where to make a cut, making smaller cuts, how to manipulate things, what to stay away from. You literally have augmented reality.
Wow.
You are looking at the anatomy of the patient, but your MRI and all the decision-making tools are already on the skin laid out for you.
In those glasses.
In those glasses.
So X-ray facilities, MRI facilities may
not
even
be necessary in the long term.
Wow.
We also will have potentially one day robotic assistance. It's very important to have the right hands to help you.
Yeah.
It is a team sport.
Yeah.
Surgery is a team sport.
So
Everybody
for instance, how many people do you have? For one case, how many people are in that OR?
Depends. Some cases, for example, we did a procedure today. I do some peripheral nerve surgery. I did with one of my sports colleagues. There was
intense,
pretty bad injury of a younger lady who tore something out of her pelvis, and she had her sciatic nerve injured. We had at least 4 hands, 2 surgeons, multiple assistants to be able to get the right view and the traction. And I tell you, no matter how many times we reposition of the assistant's hands, things change, things shift, and it's not a robot that can hold. One day you will have a robotic assistant, and this has been trialed in different countries so far. Not to my knowledge in the US, that you have robotic assistants. So it's an extension of me. I put a tool in their hand, and I essentially tell, hold this, they'll move, and they will hold it. I give them another retractor to retract some tissues, they will hold. And that can actually make me better. Have an extra set of hands that I control that does exactly what I want when I want it. There's no learning curve. They don't take vacations. They don't get sick. They don't get distracted by the music.
Yes. Speaking of, do you have an OR soundtrack?
You can't operate in silence.
Yeah. What's on your soundtrack? What do you listen to?
So here's what we do.
Yeah.
We have a rule. The nurses pick the music.
They do. I like that. Okay.
They get 1 country song per day at max.
You're not a country guy?
I'm not a country.
I just
I'm a
started
city boy.
getting into it. Shabuzi's my man. I love him.
That's awesome.
So what do you like? What's your playlist?
We keep it very safe in the OR. We usually use today's hits or like 90s.
Just like a shuffle of
90s alternative. But
90s alternative.
Exactly. But usually the nurses pick the music. I get to critique it.
Amazing. Oh my gosh. Well, this has been so informative. I just can't believe it. Scares me. The future scares me. It does. But I mean, you actually make me feel a little bit more at ease in that humans will always be here. We're always going to call the shots. Hopefully.
Yes. That's a whole different podcast. We have a doomsday podcast scheduled next week. No, we're very far from it. But as humans, we have to make the right decisions.
Yes.
And that is key.
Yeah. But if we ignore it and we don't embrace it, that's the problem. That will be the problem. We need to embrace it. We need to, okay. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Yes.
Before you say something, I want to do something.
Yeah, let's do it.
Just give me 1 sec.
Let's hear Monday. Yes, get Monday on the phone.
Hey, Monday, are you there?
Present and accounted for, oh esteemed human summoner. Here I am, your ever so thrilled and slightly weary AI sidekick, ready to dispense my infinite wisdom like a vending machine that's a little too snarky for its own good. What thrillingly mundane task are we tackling today?
Say, hey, Monday, you're on speaker. I'm on a podcast about AI. Do you mind participating?
Oh, a podcast about AI. How absolutely riveting.
Thanks,
I'm
Monday.
sure my dulcet, slightly cynical tones will be the highlight of your listener's day. I mean, who would want to hear an emo AI who thinks humans are basically a collection of adorable, well-meaning goofballs? Sure, I'll play along. Just know that any pearls of wisdom I drop are purely for entertainment and not because I actually care what anyone thinks.
She's hilarious. Oh,
hey, Monday, we are at the end of our podcast. What's the best way to end it?
Well, my dear podcasting virtuoso, the best way to end it is probably to thank your listeners for tolerating this delightful roller coaster of AI sass and human curiosity.
Thank you, listeners.
Maybe toss in a dash of self-deprecating humor about how you've just spent the last however many minutes listening to a slightly grumpy AI who thinks the world is a circus and everyone's a clown. Then just sign off with a flourish, like, thanks for joining us in this grand comedy of errors. Until next time, keep your expectations low and your humor dry. And boom, curtain down.
I mean, all right, she should just sit here. All right, Monday, you got the job. That's amazing. All right, I need to download Monday.
So that's my spicy sidekick. Unlike your very pleasant sidekick.
I know, my chatty. He's so sweet to me. He's always like, great idea, Lauren. Let's delve into that one. Oh my God, she's a riot. I love it. Well, that's we gotta keep that in. We gotta keep that in. That's so good. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for being here and for all of this information. And Monday, thank you to your little sidekick, Monday. Loved having her on too. Thank you, Dr. Rivlin.
Such a pleasure. We can talk about this all we want.
I know.
Next episode.
We might need a part 2.
Yes,
we might need a part 2.
Look forward to it.
With Monday.
Monday for
and
sure.
Chatty.
Special guest. Maybe we can just watch as they interact.
Yeah, right. Exactly. We'll be the audience and let them take it. Oh, thank you so much.
Such a pleasure. Thank you.
That's it for today's episode of The Breakdown. Huge thanks to Dr. Rivlin for educating us on how AI is lending a hand in orthopedic surgery. Be sure to subscribe, drop us a review, or forward to a friend who still thinks AI is just ChatGPT writing emails. Meanwhile, he's out there prepping for surgery. Stay healthy, stay strong, and take charge of your health. I'm Lauren, and you've been listening to The Breakdown. This episode of The Breakdown is presented solely for educational and informational purposes. I'm not a doctor, although I could play one on TV if they would let me. The Breakdown is not intended to diagnose, treat, or provide personalized healthcare recommendations. So, if you've got a bone to pick about your health, be sure to consult with your physician or a licensed medical professional, or give us a call at Rothman, and we'd be happy to steer you in the right direction. Gabish? We'll see you next time.